I'm standing in my front yard, hopefully, which will never look the same again. I had this idea back in the winter time, and honestly, I didn't think that it was going to take me this long, but truly every plan that I think is going to take me a couple weeks to complete never ever does, but better late than never to be turning my front yard into the garden of my dreams. I had this plan because I have this farm, okay? I have plenty of room to do whatever I want, wherever I want, within reason. But I know that a lot of my viewers and a lot of you out there don't have the same opportunity. The front yard, I never ever use. We don't come up here. And it's about the average size, I'm gonna guess, of an American backyard. It's 1/10 of an acre. It's mostly sunny. There's a couple trees, so there's little microclimates in here. It's slightly slanting. It's not flat, but I'm gonna work with what I have. Because in my experience, you can actually do a lot more than you think on a small area. So I don't want you to get discouraged when you look at my giant gardens that I can't maintain. They're just there. And I wanted to make a nice, cozy, peaceful, fun, beautiful front yard escape. Eventually, I just want this whole place to be like food foresty, kitchen garden, beautiful chaos, because that's truly my life. And I have a semi-load of wood chips here. You can see I've already started before I got my camera out. And I'm going to be transforming this from grass into wood chip. And to do that, it takes a buttload of cardboard and wood chips. If you see all the chaos in the world and you're like, you know what would calm my nervous system if I had a garden? It's not too late to start. But I got this cardboard from my local grocery store, and literally the only steps necessary for creating an instant garden is to just lay this down. Are you getting foggy? It's so humid, it's fogging inside of my lens. So forgive me, it might look a little funky for a minute. The only steps necessary for creating an instant garden is to literally mow down your grass short, lay down cardboard, and put mulch on top. It doesn't have to be hard. Anyway, I got this idea. Really, the inspiration came from Anne of all trades. She has a beautiful lazy garden, as she says, that's not lazy at all because it takes a lot of work to get it that way, but the lazy comes in the maintenance department, okay? I'm hoping, praying, crossing fingers. But I'm gonna get busy because I'm not really doing anything exciting other than laying down cardboard and mulch.
Crumble over my faith and I leave my patience to the leaves. And baby, my bones grow tired, but just know I tried so desperately. And every time I close mine, I see your eyes looking straight down at me. I loved every flower's taste, but I was just another honeybee. And where would you go if you could never see the sun in me? And little did I know there was some other man worth the distance offered me. But I'm still here, I'm just not holding on. So darling, would you come my way?
I am making progress. I have set a couple beds. And I think I need to fill them in the order in which I set them, because I'm going to stage them this way, and then if the beds aren't here, I can't drive the tractor up. I purchased 2 different heights of the Vajayga beds. This winter I bought 2 of the 17-inch tall ones. One is like the regular 10-in-1, and then one is a special fun shape. And I still haven't gotten around to planting anything in the second one, just because I knew that I was going to create this giant front yard garden. And I kind of just wanted to place it when I placed everything else. This one is the 11-inch tall. Because I'm here in Indiana and we have pretty good soils already, I figured that this can act as my weed barrier, to be honest, and then eventually the plant roots will reach down into the native soil. Once that cardboard and wood chips turn into earth, it will have free reign and it can go down there and reach. But I have a 17-inch tall bed, which would be great. It's a little bit taller. They have even another size, a 32-inch, if you cannot bend down. The 11-inch tall beds, I'm going to fill almost 100% with compost. I'm going to fill like 75%, and then I will top off the last few inches of soil on the top with like a potting soil, just because this is my homemade compost and it's full of weed seeds. So I kind of want to suppress those on the top. So I will be putting like a pre-made potting soil mix on the top of the beds. But for this tall 17-inch one, I don't really want to fill the entire thing with compost. I'm going to lay probably just some more wood chips in the bottom of this, and they will break down throughout time and just turn back into soil.
See you still as the miles they stay, just as wild as we knew. Go my way, how? See you still, would you kindly wait while I wander to you? To the leaves, I stumble into my place and I watch my baby bury me. First and foremost, I was blessed for company. The earth grew warmer as all the dirt fell over me. And where would you go if you could never see the sun in me? Little did I know there was some other man worth the distance offered me. But I'm still here, I'm just not holding on. So darling, would you come my way? How? See you still as the miles they stay, just as wild as we knew. Go my way, how? See you still, would you kindly wait? Would you come my way? I see you still as the miles they stay, just as wild as we knew. Go my way. I see you still. Would you kindly wait? I wanted you.
The time is finally here. I get to plant in my front yard garden, and I'm so excited about it. I'm like 1,000 times more excited about this little front yard garden than I am about the big garden, because I feel like this is a manageable space that's not going to get too far away from me. I don't know how soon I'm going to have this video out, but today is June 24th, and I live in a place with a medium growing season, so it's not super short and it's not super long. And I just wanted to show you that you have so much time left. So much time left. We have like 100 and... Let me see. How many days until October 15th? I still have 113 days left in my growing season, which is plenty of time to grow most things. Of course, tomatoes and peppers are kind of out of the question for me right now, unless there were some super short day varieties. But most other things I can plant by seed right now and get a good harvest before my first frost. And with everything going on in the world, I don't like to speak on this because I feel like everyone else is like, it's so loud already. I don't really want to add to that. I kind of want to be the calm and the regular and the mundane and the normal. But nevertheless, it's a really good idea if you haven't yet. For one, it's fun, it's good for your soul, it's good exercise, you're getting vitamin D, sunshine, good food, all of the things. And in times of uncertainty, like I'm sure we're going to have, we have had, we do have, we will have, it always feels really, really good to know that if the grocery store shut down tomorrow, like I have my own food. Yes, in the growing season, but also I grow enough to preserve so that in the middle of winter, if that happens as well, I mean, our meals will be really boring. It'll be the same thing all the time, but we won't be hungry. But nevertheless, I did not come here to preach to you. I came here to sow some seeds. I have a container full of goodies. Now, I have 8 beds here, but my children have already claimed a bed apiece. So really, I have 6 beds. And I'm not going to plant this like you would normally. I am going to absolutely use every possible square inch of these gardens. I don't care if they overflow. I don't care if it looks like chaos. I am here to maximize the space that I have up here and the time left that I have in my growing season. Those are the 2 things that are important to me. So I have a mixture of cucumbers, green beans, dry beans, melons, squash, herbs, all kinds of things. And of course, you know, I have to pop some flowers in here. I really thought the sun was going to spare me because we've been in a heat wave like most of the country, and boy, they were not kidding. It is a heat wave. I have 8 beds, and all across each bed set is an arch, cattle panel arch, so that I can maximize the space that I have here and grow the vining things up and over. And I'm not using plant tags, and we'll see if I regret it. I'm just gonna write it down and try not to lose this notebook. Because as an avid seed saver, I have to know what the seeds were. And you know, I don't just have regular varieties. So I think up here on this first trellis, I'm going to plant, I really like this watermelon. It's a mini individual sized watermelon called Lemon Drop. I got those seeds from Baker Creek. And I think they're delightful. They're not super, super sweet, but I really like the texture, and the rind is so thin, like you can eat the whole thing. And I don't know what it is about it, but I really like it. Now, the trick with maximizing spaces, you want to make sure your plants aren't overcrowded so that they don't, you know, miss out on nutrition, but you don't want to be so undercrowded that you're really missing the space. Like, I don't want to see the soil. For one, it's not good. For two, weeds will grow there. If there is any bare soil, weeds will find a way. So I'm going to put a healthy amount of these melons on here, and if I have to come back and thin later, I have to come back and thin. No summer garden is complete without dill. It goes with everything. I love dill. I love pickles. I need this because I have not planted enough at all. I have a handful of plants, and that will just not do. So I'm just going to sprinkle a whole seed pack into this bed and see what happens, shall we? I always plant plenty of squash, and I always plant squash multiple times. Can you see my head? Multiple times, because squash bugs are so bad that typically I just have to keep re-sowing through the season because my first crop always dies. And this is just a summer patty pan scallop blend, which is some of my favorite squashes. I love the patty pan squash. To me, they taste a little bit different, more nutty, I guess. Okay, so this is going to be a dill, melon, and squash bed. And we'll just see what happens. It's also really good to mix up your plantings and also put herbs with all of your plants, because a lot of times herbs have the essential oils and the smells that bugs don't really like. By adding herbs in with your... Hey, get out of there. Why are you going to waller on my plants? Anyway, so this bed is 3 by 6, I believe, ish. 3 by 6.5. You can fit so many green beans in this bed, because normally the spacing on the back of a seed packet says, like, let's see what this one says. 4 inches apart with row spacing 24 inches apart. And that's just so that you can walk through them. If I don't need to walk through my bed, I can put so many beans in here. And these are, I've never grown these before. The French fillet bush beans is like the skinny, long green bean. And to be completely honest, I have not planted any beans yet this year, and it's almost July. But when you know the timing and of your plants, like if you know how many days you have in your season and you know how long it takes for a certain plant to grow, you don't have to panic when, you know, it's May 20th and everybody has their garden in and you're like, well, I'm too late. When in reality, you have so much time. So I'm not panicking. I know that green beans typically mature, except now I can't remember where I was. Green beans typically mature in like 50 to 60 days. I still have plenty of time. I could even plant another crop in August and probably still get green beans before my frost date. So even if you haven't grown a garden yet at all, do it. You have so much time. Okay, plan B. It's raining. Although you can see the sky. You can't see the sky. But I don't think it's going to hang around for long. So I'm just going to hang out right here on the porch for a second. It almost trying to ruin my notes. It's a quick little rain, but now I can think about what I want to put out there. I also have all of these different cosmos seeds because I've really gotten into sewing. And how fun would it be to make a dress and then print it with these flowers? I think that that would be very fun. So I've got to get some of these because these are good for dyeing. It's called eco printing. Okay, I think I might be safe for the next few minutes to keep going. It did not rain much at all, just a little sprinkle. Now I'm sewing a yellow beauty. Because if it's in your front yard, it has to be beautiful. I think that I denied myself like joy of pretty things, because I had told myself that I was the kind of girl that didn't need it to be pretty. I didn't need it to be Pinterest, and I don't need it. But I still think that I denied myself for quite some time because I told myself that I didn't need it. But I think that I actually do. I think that when you have a space that you enjoy being in and that is beautiful in whatever way is beautiful to you, to me it's like chaos, but I think that it really does something to you. It's a space that you actually want to spend time in. You want to keep it looking pretty. And I think in my gardens in prior years, it was all about just production and productivity and bang for buck. And I think that I'm just kind of over that. I think year 33 for me is just like really settling in to who I am, what I want, what makes me happy, knowing my downfalls and my short hiking. But I did not do this to pet you. And I think that this year I'm just going to say yes to pretty things. Next on the coveted trellis spot is rampicante squash. This is an awesome squash variety. It tastes like summer squash. It is squash bug resistant. And if you let it mature on the plant, it'll harden and you can save it like winter squash. Truly an all-purpose squash variety. Plus, the fruit on them get absolutely massive. Like this big or more. All in these beds, I'm going to be planting sunflowers, just poking here and there because, for one, the pollinators love them. For two, they're lovely and very easy to grow. And three, I like them. And I have a couple new varieties this year. This one, Astra Rose Cream, beauty. This one, which goes along with the dreams of dyeing my own clothes, this makes like a beautiful, like blue dye. It says dove gray to deep purple, but to me that was blue. I had to wipe the sweat off of my face. It is so hot. Yeah, I'm just sparkling. I'm glistening. I'm not sweating. Look at these cute little tiny baby seeds. I'm just gonna poke them in like literally the corners of all of these beds. This is definitely going in these. All of these cosmos, because sometimes cosmos can get like massive, like taller than me. These are all dwarf varieties that will go well in these beds because the taller they get, the more support they need because they'll topple over and I just don't want to support them. So I'm not. And I'm just going to put them all around the edge because I think that will be pretty. And in the rest of these beds, I'm just going to continue to stick seeds in the ground because really it does not have to be that hard. Seeds want to grow, they want to produce, they want to go to seed and live on. And as long as we give them like enough moisture, sunshine, and good dirt, they're good to go. So I'm going to continue to plant this because I'm dying of a heat stroke right now. So I think this completes today's planting escapade. I do have a few started plants I'm going to tuck in here. Once the heat wave is over, I think that they would greatly appreciate that. But I just wanted to tell you, if you made it this far in the video, it's not too late. You still have time to plant a beautiful, abundant, luscious, productive garden. And so I hope that this was peer pressure into you wanting to grow your own food, because it is so much fun. And if you want to create a lovely garden like mine that's going to last for years to come, low maintenance, that you don't have to rip out, tear down, put back up every single year over and over and over, you can use my code at Vijega. I will link it in the description. I have loved working with this company and I highly recommend them to you. So I'm going to take my seeds back inside now. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.